linebacker, and a fun fact about me is I'm the loudest player on the team.
What does it mean to be an Avon?
To me, it means a lot of hard work and dedication. You know, getting up every morning early, and it's super tough. But when you know all your guys around you that are doing the same exact thing, makes it a lot easier and more motivating.
All the things you guys go through, the 5 a.m. lifts, 30 dozens, 2 days. How would you describe that to an outsider?
It's tough, man. It's really tough, but at the same time, waking up, yeah, it's really hard, but once you get there and stuff and you're around all your guys, it makes it a whole lot easier seeing everyone there, and you end up having a good time most of the time.
How much has it changed you as a person?
It's changed me drastically, yeah. Like, I'm super motivated to do more stuff. Simple, like, problems and tough stuff, it just makes it a whole lot easier to deal with. Like, dealing with problems and getting through hard times makes it a lot more easy to do.
All those things you guys experience, how much has that put your team at an elite level compared to the other teams in the area?
Oh, it's put us at a way higher level, you know. Like, we have the insane coaches, really good routines and everything, and it puts us way ahead of everyone, all this hard work and stuff and everything. It's awesome.
How psyched are you for your senior year?
I'm super pumped up. I can't wait. It should be really fun.
What would be the perfect way to end it?
Definitely a state championship.
Yeah? What's that going to take?
A whole lot of hard work and focused and a lot of dedication.
Nick was a kid who, as a junior, you could tell he was just a year away. He was a step behind mentally and just a step behind on the field physically. Sometimes, you would never see it from Nick, but a lot of his friends that he are very good friends with, they're out there playing on a Friday, and Nick was as a key backup for us. Not to say that Nick couldn't have played as a junior, but he was just a step behind, and we had guys in front of him that were just better. As Coach Elder says, just because you're not starting here doesn't mean you're not a good player. You could start for another high school, we just have better players in front of you sometimes, and that's what happened to Nick. And Nick is another kid who has put in the time in the offseason, did what you had to do in the weight room, did what you had to do in the kitchen as far as feeding his body, grew, put on a tremendous amount of size and weight, and he's having a senior year to remember for himself. He's another kid that one of the biggest things that we have is just trust the process. And we use it a lot, and we're not trying to say we don't want to overuse it, but there's a process in place that we know works. And if the kids will buy into it and they support each other and they just do what they have to do, it's sure, you can come to the weight room, but we can push them. But those kids have to choose to do the work in the weight room. Then those kids have to choose to take care of their bodies outside of football. They have to choose to put the calories in their body, and they have to choose to get the right amount of sleep. And that's something that Nick has definitely done, and he's helped transform his body. And because of that, he's having a great senior year.
Nick is a guy in our program who waited his turn. He was a backup as a junior, didn't play much as a sophomore, obviously was a JV player, but he waited his turn. He followed the formula in the weight room that Coach Cicchetti laid out for him to get bigger and stronger. I call him Quadzilla. His legs are gigundous from the work he's put in the weight room, and he's turned himself into a really good football player for us on the defense side of the ball. Nick Fouts, as a matter of fact, is a guy that, as a sophomore, I don't know that anybody would have looked at him and said, hey, he'll be a starter for us, but he worked himself into that and earned every opportunity he's gotten, and now he's playing at a really high level as a senior, and I couldn't be happier for him. We live in a fast food society. People want instant success. They want it right now. And it's not common in today's society for people to put in the work, put in their time, and to keep grinding with no guarantees, right? No one ever looked at him and said, hey, you're guaranteed to be a starter your senior year. He knew that, and he kept working anyway. And he turned himself into a great player. It's an awesome success story, and someone we would point to for future Eagles about persistence and hard work paying off, and that's what's happening for him.
You were a flavor of ice cream. What would you be?
I go with key lime pie.
Why?
I love key lime pie. So.
It's different. I didn't know that was an ice cream.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Super good.
All right. Let's go with it. What toppings would be on your if you were pizza?
I just go straight pepperoni. It's my type of thing.
Go with the OG?
Yep.
Okay. They made a movie about you. Who would star as Fouts?
I'd say Brad Pitt. One of my favorite actors, so go with him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
For the looks, too?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? Recently, the Mega Millions was $1 billion. You bought a ticket and won. What would be the first thing, or the first 10 things you buy?
Definitely buy a pretty good house, just to have people over and stuff and have a good time. Definitely travel the world. I'd like to see Denmark and just every continent around there, go everywhere. Probably give my parents a lot of the money and the rest of my family, and definitely a nice car.